friends, it's Shell, the Tape Queen, and I wanted to show you some things that I made for a swap. Gail, who is father of 4 here on YouTube, is having a swap. It's called a scrap swap, and the premise of the swap is that we're partnered up. Gail partners us up with a partner, and we're to trade like leftover things from our projects with our swap partners. So you know, just odds and ends we have left over that we haven't used up. So Gail paired me up with Atelis, who I believe her YouTube channel is Atelis M. I'll link both Atelis and Gail down below, so you can go and visit their channels and give them some love and see their awesome creations. And Atelis does some really nice tutorials too, so might be able to learn something new. So anyhow, but Atelis and I decided that besides what we were going to swap, we would also make a few things for each other. So this is the first thing I wanted to show you that I made her, and it's a tag, obviously, and so it's the best I can do for an overview. Here's the seam binding, and I'm not quite happy with that seam binding. I think I might redo the seam binding part, tie it in a bow instead of just having it hooked on like that. But I think that's what I'll do with it. But anyhow, that aside, I'll fix that later. I started out, Atelis likes Shabby Chic, and she likes pastel colors, and her favorite color is pink. So I started out with a pink tag, and I used 2 different patterned papers, and I'll leave a link below for those. You can see that I distressed the edges of those, and I added a paper doily, and then I used a Tim Holtz dress form die, and I gave it a necklace, a little ribbon around the neck. I don't know, the neck just looked too bare to me. And the waist, I did some of the vintage seam binding and some bling. And I made this little lace flower, put that there, and there's a little stick pin back there. And this is a little tulle skirt I put on it. And up here we have some little paper roses. I believe they're Primo roses, if I remember right. And I put some stickles on them. I don't know if you can see it or not. And I have some little pearls in there. A little itty bitty bitty bling, like the tiny ones, these little pink ones, like you, they're the size like you use for decorating fingernails. And down at the bottom I have more of the pink roses, and there you can see the stickles on those roses, and more pearls and the tiny pink bling, and a little white heart tucked in there. So that's my tag. And the next thing I made is this. And this is vintage, or not vintage, actually an antique thread spool. And I went ahead and wrapped a piece of pretty pink paper around it that has some glitter design on it, and I used a little bit of lace at the top and bottom, and I put a bow on it, and then I covered the top and bottom also with a circle of pink paper and a little flower applique at the top. And then I had put some felt down the hole of the spool so it would serve as a pin cushion. And then I put my 3 stick pins in there. And I think maybe you can see when I put that white card behind there that this stick pin in the back has a little piece of tulle on it. And this one has a pretty heart bead. It has like silvery finish inside the bead. I can't remember what those beads are called with the finish inside. The ones with that finish outside are the AB beads, but I can't remember what the ones with the metallic finish inside are called. So anyhow, that's my little holder for the stick pins. And next, I have a little booklet I made her that is to hold paper clips that I made for her. And I actually got the idea of making a booklet for the paper clips from a tutorial that Atelis did. And I made mine differently than she did, but I got the basic idea from her, so thank you, Atelis. And I made my book out of a white bag, and you can see that I scored it so that I would have a spine on it, so there would be room inside for the paper clip. And this flower is from Webster's Pages. I don't know, it's probably 2 years old or so. My sister sent me some flowers from Webster's Pages, and they were so pretty that I've been hoarding them, and I decided that I had to stop doing that and start using things, that it was ridiculous to just hoard them. So I'm trying to make myself use things. So I put one of my pretty flowers on there, and inside this is just a piece of tissue to protect the bottle caps from rubbing against each other during shipping. But inside there's 6 bottle caps, 3 on each page, and this first one has a tiny dangle there on the side, and the little bottle cap prints that I have in here, they're all Paris theme, and I'll put the link for the Etsy store where I got those, because the Etsy store had a lot of different neat printables you could get, and many of the things the owner had used vintage items she had collected over the years, and she had taken stuff out of her stash and used it to create the printables she was selling. So anyhow, I thought that was kind of neat. But so this one, I think you can see that on the itty bitty flowers on that branch, I put stickles on each little flower. And this one I liked that mint color and the little macaroons on it. And this one I put a little shimmery bow on it. And again on the flowers in the background, I think you can see there's little flowers in the background. I put stickles on each little flower. And last but not least, this one says Paris is always a good idea. And of course that's a quote by Audrey Hepburn. So that is my little paperclip book for Atelis. And I put her swap things in this bag that I decorated, which my camera, because I can't pull back any further with it, you can't really see the whole bag very well. It's a canvas bag. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking very fast, guys. I'm really tired right now. Stayed up too late tonight, I guess. But anyhow, so it's a canvas bag with like a screen print on it, and it says one of the pleasantest things in the world is going a journey. And it has a little boy who's making some sandwiches. And he has this little, you know, to take with him. He has this little pack there in his wagon with his teddy bear and his clown. And I put a real pom-pom on his clown's hat. And I put some real little acrylic flowers in the vase there. And on the window panes and the glass jars and the vase, I put some crystal lacquer, and also on the layers of jelly in the sandwiches, and a little bit of stickles on the decorations on the plates. And I also added the lace and the red trim around the picture. So trying to dress it up a little. And then I have Gail wanted us to show, so she could see what, you know, that we did send our stuff. She wanted us to show pictures. So, and then this is the other thing I'm sending is, and this is all Valentine's stuff in here. So that is it. And so I thank you for stopping by and watching my video. And Gail, thanks so much for having this swap. And Atelis, thank you for being my partner. I've really enjoyed making up these things for you. And so I will visit with all of you again soon. Bye-bye.